Hi, you're listening to the Value Cafe podcast. I'm your host, Esther Opone, aka The Value Adder. Here, I hold laid-back conversations with friends across a variety of topics as we share lessons from our personal life journeys with the ultimate aim to connect, learn, and gain value while we have fun. So, if you are in for an authentic and valuable experience, relax and enjoy the show. Hello everybody, and welcome to another cool episode of the Value Cafe Pod with Esther. I am still your host, Esther Opune, aka The Value Adder. And today, I went to carry big woman. One of those conversations that I like to have is around impact, and people who are making impact in their spaces and doing stuff to just make the world a better place. And my guest today is one of those people, pharmacist Omolayo, Awolola. Yeah, she's number one. She describes herself as an ambassador of Christ. She's a pharmacist from the prestigious University of Ibadan. You are in the house, say hoo. And she's very passionate about promoting good health and well-being through public health promotion, policy and research, and of course, contributing to the international role of pharmacists. Hey, only one person. She's a graduate of the Global Health Pharmacy Focus Program in 2018, Global Health Emerging Leaders in 2019. She was a team of 4 who won the 2018 Geneva's Innovate for AMR Global Competition organized by the WHO, John Hopkins University Bloomberg School of Public Health, South Center Geneva, React, and IFNOC. Hey, God bless you. So, our passion for health promotion made us start up an initiative with the name Health Tips with Layo, which promotes health by merging timely, credible, and basic health and medicine information in order to reduce to the barest minimum the rate of mortality or harm, and by so doing, improve the quality of life and further bring into limelight the role of pharmacists in health promotion. The initiative also embraces telemedicine in achieving its purpose, has reached over 1,000 audience. Wow, and has influenced behavioral change and all of that. One of our articles on the need to accelerate the use of telemedicine in Nigeria was featured on Healthy Africans platform. Wow. Pharmacist Omolayo. 6 I've been reading your bio and citation since since morning, and I'm still doing wow. This is really amazing stuff to do. I'm really so happy and proud about it. And seeing people like me who are also at this age range navigating life, but also still having a commitment to adding value to their society in whatever capacity they can. Well done. And with that, I would say welcome to the show. It's really glad to have you on board today. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's an honor to have you. I remember when we met, there was this outreach program. I think Save a Child or Feed a Child. That was around Tabo side. What year was that? We volunteered together, and then and then I got to find out about your channel Health Tips with Layo. And guys, you really need to check it out on YouTube, Health Tips with Layo, because a lot of us get confused about the information flying around out there. There's a lot of medical jargon. They are using one heavy word after the other, but then when you have people who can break things down in a way that is relatable and that you can actually follow through, I think it's a very laudable effort that everybody should be able to leverage. So well done with that, Layo.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I like to ask my guests this, especially when they do a lot of things, which you are obviously one of those people, in the sense that if nobody would remember anything that you are about, everything like your whole bio and citation and all. What is that one thing you want people to remember you for? What is that, maybe a one line description or like a description of yourself that forget every other thing I do, or maybe with everything I do, this is one thing I want you people to know, to remember about me forever.
That's a very deep question. Okay, so I would say that one, you can be everything you ever want to be. You can be everything you want to be. You can serve God and do exploits in every area of your life.
Hmm. Serving God and doing exploits in other areas of your life, they are not mutually exclusive. And that is something that you are actually doing and doing quite well. So well done once again. Um yeah. So that brings me to my very first question. What was it like starting Health Tips with Lion? Was there maybe a story attached to it? When you started and why you decided to start it?
Okay, yes, there is a story attached to it. I think in when I was doing IT in like 300 level, so IT is like we usually go to like do we can go to either a community pharmacy or hospital pharmacy to just do like maybe about 2 to 3 months training after
Okay.
the session. So I think I was in the community pharmacy as at that time, and I was able to learn. And from my interaction with patients, sometimes when they come to the pharmacy, they are very. I realize that there are very simple things that bring people to the pharmacy, or even to the hospital, that they can actually avoid themselves if they have the right information. Some people have lost their lives, some people have died, some people have been in very serious health issues because of just one simple information that if they had would have either reduced the effect of what they are facing or even prevented it. So I felt okay, why not start something like this? Why not create a platform where people can have this information? And of course there are a lot of information out there, but then helping people to understand very medical terms, medical information and all that, and breaking it down for them so that they can actually, and helping them to relate it to like their everyday life was what I was bringing to the table to make it different. And then normally before I like to teach, so I think in my own closet I would record myself, I would talk and teach people and all that, and just keep the videos on my phone. So I was very shy to put it out there. So I think there was a time where we had externship. So like we in 400 level, we usually go to like different community pharmacies and hospital pharmacy to learn, because like part of the training. That's this one this time around. This one is during school session, so they post us to different places. So I think it was the last week of externship. So we had gone to like different places. So I think the pharmacist that we met there was like, okay, this is your last week of externship. You guys should just explore. You guys already have learned a lot of things. So she was just like, let's just chill and all that. So I think that day, myself and my group, so I was just like, I was always disturbing people in class, just teaching them, hey, hello everyone. So we're talking about this today. I remember one time I recorded something like that in pharmacology lab. I was just teaching, okay, so we're doing practical today and all that. And while I was just doing that, a classmate of mine was like, do you know you can start a YouTube channel? Like, so I was like, really? What was YouTube channel? Because I was not really a social media person. So she put me through and all that. So I didn't even think twice about it. Immediately on the spot, the name of YouTube channel came out to like, I was like, hope it's not too long. Hope it's not. She was like, it's fine. Come on, you can start. And she put me through everything. And that was how I just started. Like, I had a lot of fears. I was scared. What if I say rubbish? What if I don't say right? What if somebody comes and attack me? Like, I had a lot of negative things coming to my mind. But then, yeah, I finally started, and I'm really happy I did start. And it's been a whole lot of process, a whole lot of growth, a whole lot of learning, I learned how to edit videos. I learned how to, like, I literally learned a lot of things outside the pharmacy space that I never imagined I was going to learn just because of starting the YouTube channel. So yeah, it's been really great.
And that's the thing. Like, so the part where maybe a skill you already had or a talent you already have, plus your professional background and knowledge, plus also having that passion to like impact somebody. Because really, what you said is really profound. There's a lot of people that when they come to the hospital, I also work in a lab, and when people come and I'm like, this is something that is easily preventable, like, or maybe this even have to get to this stage. And one other area I'm very worried about is antimicrobial resistance. And because of poor information, people just go, they just buy one antibiotic on the side of the road. Ordinary cough, they're buying it. Sure, you get ordinary small boil, they are doing this and doing that and taking agbo and doing things.
Right.
And these are either they make the situation worse, or some even end up being fatal, like people die and all of this. So like when people say ignorance is bliss, it's not all the time. What you don't know can actually kill you, and having people who can break this down and explain in terms that people can understand, so that it can also help people to behave better. And another thing that I was able to pick up from your story is the fact that you just had, at that point, what you needed, you already had what you needed to do what you are doing now, but you needed a catalyst to like push you or to spark it, and that was like in form of that your friends who was like, okay, yeah. So I think it's beautiful when we have people like that who can spark great ideas in us and all of that. So maybe once we are off the show, remember to send that your friend a bottle of wine.
I know, right?
Yeah. So how has it been so far? How has it been, the challenges and all that? Because I know one thing that also comes with sharing information is also like, hey, I hope what I'm saying is correct too, or I hope what I'm saying people would actually listen, or people would actually understand. So what have been the challenges in that area?
Okay, so I think one of the challenges so far, like when I started, was because before I can put out an information, I would have to do a lot of research, and the research takes hours, sometimes take days, because there's sometimes where I'm not really convinced about what I have like gathered together, so I'll have to go and do more, read more papers, combine different articles, recent, old information. I know information actually, especially medical information, they upgrade. There's always an update. And the good thing about the YouTube channel is that you can also always come back to give the update. So I think that's one of the like challenge, because it really takes time to get information. Then after getting the information, another thing is to record the video. After recording the video, then there's editing the video, which also takes time. Now, it's one thing to gather information from different credible sources. It's another thing for you to be able to practice or rehearse it in such a way that you can explain it in a very basic and simple way. So that's another thing. So like I literally have to put my mind and everything into what I'm doing, so that I can be able to break it down for people to understand. Then sometimes you also have to be able to summarize very big information into like simple and short sentences without losing the point that you're trying to make, the very important point you're trying to make. Then editing also takes time, because I remember when I was still in school, it was very kind of difficult combining everything together, because there's sometimes where I find myself editing in the middle of the night, like throughout the night, and sometimes I wake up late, sometimes I doze in class, sometimes I'm fine and all that, and sometimes I have to everything together basically. But I think those are the challenges so far. But the more you do, the easier it is to know where to get credible information, how to say it, and how to edit. So yeah.
Exactly. Because there are some things that there are some problems you don't anticipate until you're actually in the heat of it.
Yes,
And
yes.
again, if you want to know everything that you need to know about this process, you might never really get started because you are just too aware of the limitations you have right now that it can just overwhelm you. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, the more you do, the more you so you now you can lay claim that, oh, apart from the medical information, you also know how to shoot videos, how to edit videos, how to communicate better
Mm-hmm.
because you are doing this. So it's something that is actually transferable to other areas of life. And
True.
I think when we think of it that way, we can begin to like come into learning processes easier and better. And also, I was going to actually ask a follow-up question, like make a follow-up on the whole breaking information down because really that can be a major challenge because you want to keep the information simple enough, but you don't want to oversimplify it.
Mm-hmm.
and
Very true.
and and health information is very delicate. And so like maybe in certain situations, like okay, for instance, maybe one of your viewers came like, or maybe in one of your videos came and asked about, oh, the myths flying around about say COVID and COVID vaccine. I know it's an evolving situation where all of us are practically just learning new things about this thing. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
some of us are studying in school before. So in that kind of situation, how do you handle those things? How do you navigate something that you have maybe slightly more information than others, but it's still not it's something that it could change anytime. But at the same time, you want to assuage people's fears, you want to give them enough information to work with, but you don't want to overdo or go and misyan, go and say the wrong thing. So how do you
Mm-hmm. True.
navigate that?
Okay, so in that kind of situation, I can do it in form of a series. So you drop it in series. Like I said, the thing about making videos like that is that you can always come back to tell them there's an update to this information. You can always tell them that, oh, okay, this new research just came out and this and so. So you can always come back to give updates. So in that kind of situation, like COVID and all, because I remember when I was also trying to make videos about COVID, we didn't know a lot of things about it. So I was very careful in not just doing just only one video. So I was releasing the videos as the updates of the information was coming. So I was, doing it in like series, like episodes, and and all of that. So that was how I was able to do it. Then after then I ensured that I was very like also part of the process. Like I took the vaccine, what I did before taking the vaccine, what are things I experienced after taking the vaccine. So at least with my own experience, I can also share it with people that okay, this is my own experience. Then also in that kind of situation, I can also bring together other people's experience. Oh, this, and also let them know that oh, it is not limited to this. There are also
Hmm.
other things that can come. So I would also even in the video of giving them the information available, I would also let them know that okay, more research is
It's
still
still
going
going.
on this so that they can anticipate the updates that I might want to give later.
Hmm. That's actually very like that's a great way to go about it because there are times when you just want to be like, hey, make I no go talk another thing.
As in, I
And
feel that almost every time.
yeah, and then like you going through the process yourself. I think I watched one of your recent videos on the HIV kit, self-testing kit, and I was like, yes, like you're not just saying something that's read online or
Mhm.
like a promo brief somewhere. Like you actually like you did it, you experienced it, and so you can be able to say based on your own experience, having gone through it, this is what to expect at least for the most part. And so
Yes.
well done, well done. So what are some of the perks that have come from this so far? Like what are the things that maybe professionally, personally, generally speaking, as a content creator, um, that like you benefited from like doing this?
Okay, so I think one very important thing is growth. When I
Mm,
started, I did not really know much about content creation. Like I said, I was not even a social media person. So I first started with just giving it straight, direct, and all that. Then over time, I learned how to make it fun. I learned how to make it interesting. Like I said, I learned how to communicate, to speak the
mm,
language of people with videos physically, even physically, like while I'm practicing. I learned how to communicate with people, and it helped me to be like abreast of information. So it helps me a lot. So that even when conversations come up, I'm able to have something to say. Then it also exposed me to other kind of interests. Who would have ever thought that I would know how to edit videos? I would be so
mm,
involved in some kind of techie things and all that. I've really been involved in a lot of things because okay, when I started, I didn't have a mic, I didn't have a stand, I didn't do ring light, all those kind of things that you have to do. So it made me watch more other people's YouTube videos to learn, okay, what are the other things? What are the other things I will need to work on? What are the other things I will need to build on? Then it has also helped me to connect with people of like minds. It has really helped me to connect with people of like minds, really. It has helped me to, influence behavioral change in people. Sometimes I just drop a
mm,
video and I see people calling me, oh, this, like, thank you for dropping this video at this time, this person, and I see a lot of people in my DM asking questions, and I'm like, really, there's some things that I don't even expect people to still be asking us questions this time. But then people still ask us questions. And I'm like, oh wow, we still have a lot of work to do in this information thing. So it encourages me to do more. You understand? So
mm,
it's very, I'm happy that sometimes even when I talk about, like, I think there was a time made a video on antimicrobial resistance, and I had older people calling me that, oh, okay, oh, I got this drug from somewhere, this, and I'm like, oh, okay, you can just tell the pharmacist this, you should go to a quality pharmacy, you should go to the hospital, you know,
mm.
helping people to be able to make the right choices, and then being that person that people can just easily, comes to being that person that comes to people's mind when they have to take some certain decisions makes me glad and all that. So I think,
Yeah, it's really
yeah.
validating. And you know, the way you did on antimicrobial resistance, I feel like we need to have another whole conversation around this because it's very scary how it's going on in the world today and all of those. And it's also an area of interest for me. So I
Oh,
feel
that's
like
great.
we are going to have another conversation about it.
No problem. I'm always ready.
To try you. Okay. So it's really beautiful the way you see like especially the growth aspects and all that. So but I'm sure that of course there are times when you feel discouraged, like maybe you post a video and you have only one view or two views or 20 views and no comments. Or I know you think of all the time you put into it, you know that this information is very important. And then you think of the shooting, the many takes you had to do, the editing, the uploading your data.
The
Like you're
sleepless
putting it
nights.
right, the energy and the expectations and all. So how do you still say encourage yourself um to keep doing it, to stick to it, to be consistent?
Okay, so one important thing is understanding your why. Understanding your why. There are times where I feel really discouraged, like really guys, like really, you understand. But number one, understanding your why. I just realized that no matter how much I want to stop, there's always something. I just really enjoy doing it. So I enjoy doing it. So it gives me the ginger, the vibes to always keep it going,
Mm,
to always keep coming up with something and dropping videos. Then, like I said, understanding your why. And another very important thing is surrounding yourself with people of like minds, people, a community that really encourages you. Because really in life, if somebody wants to go far in life, you really have to surround yourself, be in a community of people that are positive in their thinking, be in a community of people that have the growth mindset, people be in a community of people that are always pushing forward. So I think that's one thing that really, really encourages me. And then another thing that also, keeps me moving is even the little feedbacks I get from some people. The feedbacks I get from some people also really encourages me. There are times where I'm like still contemplating, should I work on this topic? Should I not work on this topic? And then maybe that week I just find a lot of people randomly asking me different questions about the topic I'm about to drop. So it just give me the ginger that okay, let me just drop it. I don't know who is actually going to benefit. And then I get feedbacks from different people like, oh, I actually watch your videos, but I don't really comment, but then I'm actually following. Well done. Some random comment like that really encourages me. So, and then some people will like, please don't stop, keep doing this. Even if it's just one or two persons, I'm like, please don't stop. And I'm like, okay. So even if you're just blessing the life of one or two persons, I think that's fine by me. So I keep doing it.
Yeah, there's this thing they say about focusing on that audience of one. And again,
Sure.
it's not even now. There are some things that I needed information about, and I went on YouTube, I went online, I read an article, I listened to a podcast, and it was posted like 5 years ago. Who would have imagined that it would be useful to someone like me now today?
True.
So when you think of things like that the value is limitless. Like it has no time bound, like no time boundary in that sense, such that even if it's not today, many years later, it could be relevant to someone out there. They will forever be blessing God that thank God this person posted this. So if not, I would not have known what I know.
I'm sure you've been having fun so far with my guest today, pharmacist Omolayo Awolola. I have been having so much fun here too and learning a lot from this conversation around coming, seeing, and contributing in our own little way to make impact in our corner. And she is doing this through our YouTube channel, Health Tips with Layo. So make sure you check it out and follow her on all social media pages at Health Tips with Layo. She is a pharmacist and she is very enthusiastic about breaking down health or medical jargon to people so that they can understand things and make better choices around their health. So next week is going to be the part 2 of this episode. I had to break it up into chunks because I didn't want it to get too saturated with all the stuff that she has been shelling out, and I'm sure that next week you are going to enjoy the second part too. So thank you so much for joining, and yes, have fun. We'll see you again next week. Bye.